The lunar month of July, also known as the Vu Lan season, is a special time of the year when people's hearts turn to their roots. Remembering parents, grandparents, and ancestors. And it is also a moment for humanity to calm down and connect deeply with the spiritual world. In this sacred atmosphere, many wonder, in the lunar month of July, what sutras should we recite to pray for the deceased, to seek peace for the living, and to cultivate blessings for ourselves? This is not just a question about rituals, but also a reminder for each of us to return, nurture compassion, express gratitude, and honor the teachings of filial piety. Reciting sutras in July is not merely about reading the words, it is a form of purifying the body and mind, transforming suffering, connecting with the Buddha's teachings, and creating positive energy for the whole family. So, what sutras should we recite during the Vu Lan season? How should we recite them to attain complete peace and blessings? Let us listen closely to understand more about the profound significance of reciting sutras in July, the season of filial piety and relief from suffering. So, what sutras should we recite in the lunar month of July? Every year in the lunar month of July, we eagerly celebrate the Vu Lan season of filial piety, not only for Buddhists but for almost all the people of the Vietnamese nation, who are aware of the Vu Lan festival, commonly known as the full moon of July. The lunar month of July is also called the Vu Lan season of gratitude. During these days of the lunar month of July, every household across our Vietnam solemnly enters the Vu Lan season, the season of showing gratitude. On the full moon of July, grandmothers, mothers, and sisters, no matter how busy they are, carefully prepare a full vegetarian offering, respectfully dedicated to the ancestors, bestowed upon all beings, and conveying the humanistic message of life: remember your mother and father. Open your hearts to fellow beings to love each other more. During these days, we will not be surprised to witness touching scenes, whether young or old, male or female. Those attending the Vu Lan ceremony are solemn and filled with emotion when receiving a rose pinned gracefully on their clothes. When the Vu Lan season returns, wherever there are children of Buddha, especially throughout our country, the images of temples, monasteries, meditation centers, and quiet retreats all brighten with the Vu Lan season of gratitude. For those who have beliefs or do not have beliefs, there is a common sentiment, which is to think of the poignant moments of gratitude towards the immense grace of parents, silently listening to the feelings deep within the boundless heart. And this emotion is called filial piety and filial virtue. Vu Lan is the day of showing gratitude, one of the main festivals of Buddhism. Vu Lan Boro Hu expresses the beautiful lifestyle of a Buddhist. Filial piety is the meaning of morality, and it is also the quality of a happy and enlightened life. Vu Lan is not merely a conventional festival in terms of belief, it is a message reminding us to be grateful and to repay our parents, guiding us to cultivate in the spirit of self-benefit and benefiting others. According to folk belief, the full moon of the 7th month is the day the gates of hell are opened, granting clemency to wandering souls. Hence there is a ceremony for the wandering souls, held in the evening, for those spirits without homes or places to rely on, and who have no living relatives to worship them. The Vu Lan festival is a day for Buddhist children to express their filial piety, to perform acts of gratitude towards their two parents, towards ancestors and grandparents, and to extend love to the wandering souls and even to those unfortunate lives still living. This is a very meaningful festival that needs to be preserved and developed. Efforts should be made to transform it into a festival for the people, transcending the limits of religion and belief, so that the spirit of filial devotion can permeate the hearts of everyone, leading people to become more gentle and devoted. Therefore, what sutras should be recited during the Vu Lan season in the 7th lunar month? First, the Amitabha Sutra. In Buddhism, the Amitabha Sutra is a very popular scripture recited daily in the spiritual lives of Buddhists in Asian countries. Especially in Vietnam, the Amitabha Sutra praises the virtues and is supported by all Buddhas. This sutra conveys very profound content taught by the Buddha Shakyamuni himself. Realizing this point, Venerable Thich Tri Quang said, "Reciting the Buddha is not just calling the Buddha's name. Most people mistakenly think that calling the Buddha's name is reciting the Buddha. Reciting the Buddha is completely different from just calling the Buddha's name. All day, when we recite Namo Amitabha Buddha, it is merely calling the Buddha's name for rebirth, which cannot lead to rebirth. The practice of reciting Amitabha Buddha is directed to the mind to cultivate. Not through intermediary means that help us achieve one-mindedness. The Pure Land of Buddha Amitabha is metaphorically described as being without beginning and without end. It is also called infinite life, infinite light, or the Dharma body of the world. The term, infinite, when described in spatial terms, will be infinite light. If considered in temporal terms, it will be infinite life. This is the Dharma body, Dharmakaya. This Dharma body is the reward body, Sambhogakaya, if the Buddha is seen as the Buddha, descending to the world. If he is viewed as a bodhisattva progressing towards Buddhahood, then he is a future Buddha. Like Bodhisattva Maitreya, Buddha Shakyamuni. More precisely, if we describe a Buddha based on the foundation of complete enlightenment, we arrive at an ideal of the Buddha, which means infinite light symbolizing the wisdom of liberation, Buddha wisdom, infinite life symbolizing great concentration, liberated mind. Beyond all discriminatory delusions, the significance of infinite light and infinite life, and the awakened characteristics of wisdom and boundless compassion, are simply interpretations of the infinite. Secondly, the Earth Store Sutra. The Earth Store Sutra is a very popular scripture that is recited daily by Buddhists, especially during the Vu Lan festival on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month. Earth Store or Earth Store Bodhisattva is a Buddha in Buddhism. According to Buddhist texts, Earth Store Bodhisattva is a monk who vowed to rescue all sentient beings in the 6 realms of rebirth in the time after Buddha Shakyamuni entered Nirvana until Bodhisattva Maitreya is born, and vowed not to attain Buddhahood if he does not empty hell. Earth Store Bodhisattva is indeed the Buddha for all sentient beings in hell, or is referred to as the teacher of the Yu-Min realm, widely saving sentient beings in the dark Yu-Min realm. The title of the Kayasitagarbha Sutra is, the Bodhisattva Kayasitagarbha, the original teacher of the underworld. It means that the teacher of the underworld is the original teacher Kayasitagarbha Bodhisattva. There is a Bodhisattva named Kayasitagarbha, who holds a staff in his right hand and a wish-fulfilling jewel in his left hand. He descends into hell as a teacher, using his staff to break open the gates of hell to save sentient beings, if they sincerely chant his name. However, is that the true meaning? Original refers to the original mind. Teacher means noble. Earth refers to the mind's ground. And treasury refers to the Tathagata's treasury. Only the original mind is the most noble. Which is the treasure of the Tathagata's mind? Only the original mind can master the underworld. Meaning mastering the hell of greed, hatred, and ignorance within oneself. Hell is indeed the hell of greed, hatred, and ignorance. The suffering of sentient beings arises from the mind filled with greed, hatred, and ignorance, giving rise to afflictions. To break through this hell gate, one needs to be the original teacher Ksitagava of oneself. The important thing is to realize the Tathagata nature within one's heart. So one can break through the hell of greed, hatred, and ignorance and help all sentient beings. If we understand Ksitagava as a clearly portrayed bodhisattva, and believe in a real hell, then we will rely on external power, unconsciously dismissing the law of cause and effect. If there truly were a bodhisattva capable of breaking the gates of hell, we would not need to chant sutras, practice meditation, or diligently cultivate. We would only need to sincerely pray to the bodhisattva and wait until death for him to come to save us. This gives rise to a mentality of dependence, waiting for the bodhisattva's salvation, which diminishes the meaning of the law of cause and effect. This leads to the birth of the Buddha becoming meaningless as well. So why should we strive for cultivation? If we do not eradicate the evil karma in our body, speech, and mind, can any bodhisattva save us? Our cultivation is the cultivation of our mind. If it is pure, it is also the purity of the true mind. When we are enlightened, it is the enlightenment of the self-mind. Outside the mind, there is nothing at all. Hell is indeed the greed, hatred, and ignorance, the afflictions of sentient beings. Hell is also the realm of the three evil karmas, arising from body, speech, and mind. Hell is the darkness and obstruction, the delusion within each person's consciousness. That is precisely the hell of the self-mind. The Buddha speaks of the Ksitagava Sutra to wake us up to abandon greed, hatred, and ignorance within our own minds. Cultivate the three wholesome karmas within our hearts. Eradicate karma also from the self-mind, and dissolve the dark ignorance also from the self-mind. Ultimately, we must return to our own original teacher Ksitagava. That is the essential content of the entire Ksitagava Sutra. Regarding the main text in the Ksitagava Sutra, when read carefully and understood in its profound meaning, we will find many novel and mysterious things. When we understand the meaning of the sutra clearly, the recitation will carry full significance, and our practice will be in line with the path of cultivation. Otherwise, we might fall into error and superstition, wasting a lifetime being a disciple of the Buddha. We are disciples of the Buddha, bathing in the radiance of the Buddha, which is the wisdom of the Buddha inherent within us. The third is the Ulambana Sutra and filial devotion. The Ulambana Sutra is a short name for the Ulambana Sutra, teaching about the virtue of filial piety in Buddhism. The spirit of the Ulambana Sutra teaches us to be aware, tolerant, and to help others selflessly. The Ulambana Sutra consists of three parts: the introductory part, the main sutra part, and the dedications part. This is a purely Vietnamese ritual with many verses of prayer, often recited throughout the Ulambana month, which is seen as the month of filial devotion for Buddhist practitioners. The Ulambana Sutra can be recited daily to dedicate merit to living parents, while also sustaining the tradition of filial piety for descendants. Additionally, this ritual can be used on occasions to celebrate parents' birthdays, to wish longevity for grandparents, and even for ceremonial rites for deceased parents and ancestors. The term Vu Lan is fully written as Vu Lan Bon, which is a phonetic translation from Chinese of the Sanskrit word ulambana. Another phonetic variation is Olam Bar Na, which is relatively closer in sound to the Sanskrit term. But this word is not commonly used in the Buddhist community. According to the general understanding, ulambana was translated by Master Tri Huk as Ji Dao Huyen, Ji meaning resolve, and Dao Huyen meaning upside down hanging, which was later interpreted as Ji Dao Huyen. Ku Thong Ko, Ji Dao Huyen meaning to resolve the upside down hanging forms of bad karma, and Ku Thong Ko meaning to save beings from extreme suffering. Ji is a verb that means to untie or release someone from a bondage. Dao means upside down, or with the head facing down and the feet in the air, indicating the severe and extreme pain of punishment. Huyen means to hang. Thus, Ji Dao Huyen means to remove the extreme forms of hanging punishment of bad karma, and Ku Thong Ko means to untie the bondage of extreme suffering of beings in the realms of suffering. According to the spirit of the Vu Lan Sutra, the greatest suffering and peril for beings is to be born into the realm of hungry ghosts. Therefore, untying the extreme hangings is to relieve the bondage endured in the realm of hungry ghosts and hell. The 7th lunar month is not only the season for Vu Lan to express filial piety, but also a time for individuals to turn inward, towards compassion and a spirit of gratitude, to repay kindness. Reciting sutras in this month not only helps the mind to find peace and the heart to be pure, but also serves as a way for us to connect with our spiritual roots, to pray for the deceased, to wish for peace for the living, and to cultivate merits for the future. Whether it is the Vu Lan Sutra, the Kin Dia Tang, the Kin A Dai Da, or any sutra you choose to recite, the most important thing is to have a sincere heart, filial devotion, and a genuine intention towards goodness. The sound of the sutra not only resonates in space but also echoes in the soul, soothing pain, resolving karmic ties, and opening the way to peace. May every moment of sutra recitation you perform in the 7th month become good seeds sown in the ground of compassion and wisdom. From that, you will see, the Vu Lan season is not just a festive season, but a season of spiritual awakening, a season where love can be expressed and practiced with all sincerity. Homage to the great filial bodhisattva Muk Kien Lian. If this video resonates with you, please remember to like, subscribe, and share with those who might need a little peace in their lives. Stay true to yourself, and I wish you a journey full of strength and wisdom on your path to finding your inner peace. Until next time.